And as soon as they sit down, one of the kids steps into a cow patty and breaks. It stinks. Right. I have two thoughts.
You have two thoughts or you have two stories?
Two stories that pop out the most.
Okay, I want to hear them.
Okay. And the first is it's going to be great. It's kind of in that vein, but it was the oh god, it was the best night of my life. It's like the biggest night of my career, like the night that changed my career more than anything else.
Yeah.
The first night when I worked for the Rolling Stones, and I'm 25 years old. I get this. I'm doing this gig. After the show, I'm invited to go back to the hotel. I hang out with Ron Wood of the Stones all night. It was Johnny Depp and Ron Wood, and it was just like, I feel like it's a name dropper saying, but it's like Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. It's like this incredible small group of people in a hotel, and me. I'm the only person looking around that anybody would look
that. Yeah.
Like everyone knows everybody in the room except for who I was.
But you looked and fit in so well that they're probably like, oh, this must be the new.
It was just a few people, so it didn't matter. They all knew I was the magician, and I knew I'm the dancing monkey that was there to perform. They saw me earlier. He saw me earlier perform and invited me to his private party in the hotel suite at the Ritz-Carlton. So I go there and hanging out all night. At the end of the night, he says to me, makes a comment about, he goes, I'm an artist. And I go, oh yeah, I know. We started talking about his art. And he's like, not only is he the guitarist of the biggest rock and roll band in the world, but he's also loves doing his art. So he has me sit down and he does a painting of me that he gave to me that you see.
Right.
And I'm like, this is the biggest night of my life. Like, I just feel like I'm such a rock star. Well, the next day I have a gig. And this is the thing. It's like, I thought it was going to be great. It's more the story here. It's like, I thought it was great for about a couple hours. There's a famous author who lives here in Marin, and she had this idea for her kid's birthday party. And this is, I'm 25 years old. I'm still doing kids' birthdays. And the idea is, walk through the woods and you come to this big pasture and there's a magician there. And this woman who's an author, she created this whole beautiful story in her mind of what is going to happen for the birthday party. So you've got a group of 28-year-old boys walking through the woods, and they come to this little pasture, and there I am in my tuxedo. So first off, when she talked to me about the idea, I thought, well, this is interesting. This sounds like something fun and different.
Okay.
What I didn't think about is I have to carry all my cases through the woods early to come upon a pasture that she made a map for me. So I'm like in a tuxedo, carrying all my equipment. And I get to this little pasture and I'm like, I don't know if I'm in the right place or not, but I think so. And I set up my stuff and I'm like standing around. Well, they're about 25, 30 minutes late. So I'm standing in a pasture waiting. And I'm like, last night I was with the Rolling Stones. And now I'm standing in a pasture waiting the next morning. I'm like, I didn't even get 24 hours of feeling like I'm cool. And so like.
That's showbiz for you.
What?
That's showbiz for you.
So much. It was like ultimate showbiz. So they finally come up and they go to sit down and watch the show, and I kind of get them all around. And as soon as they sit down, one of the kids steps into a cow patty and breaks. It stinks. So people are like, all the kids, they're like, ew, oh, God. And they're making fun of the kid. This kid is now crying. And I'm like, I've got a crying kid. Other kids making fun of him. And it's like in the middle of the freaking woods. And all I'm thinking is, last night I was with the Rolling Stones. Eddie Vedder thought I was the coolest thing, and Ron Wood. And Johnny Depp kept saying, dude, this is so great. You're going to be a star. So, and I'm like, no. With 12 hours later.
My face hurts.
I got a call from an event production company, and it was a pharmaceutical company. They're going to have a Winter Wonderland themed party. in January because most of the, is at the time where no one's having Christmas parties anymore. It's like right when that was kind of,
Right.
people used to have Christmas parties. Now they're all Winter Wonderland parties.
Right.
And it was going to be at the San Francisco Gift Center, and it's 6-story high kind of atrium building. And so everyone's at the bottom going to have dinner. A really nice stage, but this goes up six stories high. And so I talked to them about, and I sold them on the idea of it's going to do. Kevin James had the snowing balloon. He just started selling, and I had bought it, and I was going to make it, or actually I hadn't bought it. I bought it for this thing. He'd put it out. I thought, this will be great. I talked them into, we're gonna make the world's largest snow globe. And I sold them the idea of like, take a snow globe, you shake it up and how it snows. Well, we're gonna make it snow inside, and I'm gonna tell the story. And as I do the story, all of a sudden the whole place is filled with snow. And how beautiful it is. And great. So I buy the illusion, I go in, and I ended up renting a ton of snow machines on the top floor, all set up 6 stories high. And during the day, we tested it. It was beautiful. All this thing, the snow comes down. So that night, we go to do it. And I'm on stage, and I'm telling the story and cutting up a little piece of paper,
Right.
And talking about making snowflakes out of our what do you call them?
Paper, yeah, yeah.
Paper snowflake. Yeah, and making a paper snowflake, and I do it. And then I go, and right at the moment where it's supposed to start snowing, and I'm telling the story, I've got Glenn upstairs, and Glenn is supposed to hit one button, and it turns on all the snow machines. Security guard who comes up there, and he says to him, "What are you doing up here? No one's supposed to be up here. You can't be up here." And he's like listening because I'm telling the story. And he's about to hit the go button, and the guy walks over and yanks he's like, because Glenn's like, give me 1 second, just 1 second. We're doing a show. And the guy yanks the one cord out of the wall that connects everything together. So I'm telling the story, and Glenn hits the button, and there's just like a little thing of snow. And I'm there, and I'm kind of like, what the hell's going on? And I keep trying to talk, hoping that the snow's going to happen. It doesn't happen. And I had spent so much time. And remember when I had hired you to do that show where we're all dressed to be silver 20 years ago?
Yeah, I forgot. Yes. Okay. No, I'm going to tell it from my perspective. I'm going to tell you this from my perspective.
Okay, from your perspective.
My perspective is, again, I'm like 19, 20. And first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, thank you, because I was young, trying to work, and you were giving me gigs. You were actually, helping me. And I appreciate that. But let me just tell you something. You were doing real gigs, and I was ready to not do the shows in the pastures with the cow patty, okay? I was ready to move up. So you call me and you say, hey, I have this gig. Do you want to do it? It's me and Glenn, and you'll be there, and it's going to be this, 15-minute show. We'll do close-up, some strolling magic at the beginning, and then we're going to do the stage show. It's only like 15 minutes. It's very.
What is it on the stage? It was supposed to be just kind of gather attention around from the people on the stage. I think it was just walk around we're supposed to do, but I thought, the idea of gathering a crowd and doing something bigger was a good idea.
So
I thought it was.
Listen, it was going to be amazing. You said, all right, the only thing is we're going to dress in these like silver suits. And I was like, okay, cool. Silver suits.
Up and out, just be completely silver.
No, you didn't say that. You said silver suit. That's it. And I'm thinking like a tuxedo suit that's like silver. Like it's like a jacket and pants. That's what I thought. So then, like the day before, you're like, hey, let's try on your silver suit, make sure it fits. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So we get to this thing, and they give me this one-piece spandex suit that zips up the back, full body onesie. And I'm like, what? What is that? And you're like, it's a silver suit. I go, I thought it was a suit. So then I was like, whatever. So I put it on and I'm like, we're supposed to wear this? And you're like, well, I guess we'll put like a black. So we put a black blazer over it. Okay. So we had the silver onesie, black blazer, and black shoes. Fine. So the day of the gig gets there. We get to the gig and we arrive. I get there. We're in this ballroom, setting up, ready for this thing. And then someone comes over to me. He's like, oh, you're the magician. I'm like, yeah. They go, do you want to put your skull cap on now or later? And I said, my skull cap? uh, later? Is that later? And so then what ends up happening is they fit me for a skull cap and they put the skull cap on me. And then the guy goes, all right, we'll just put your paint on now. I'm like, my paint? Okay. And he starts painting my entire head, skull cap, and my face with silver paint. And I just remember going, like squishing in my ear as he's smearing this thing. And I'm like, what? How did this happen? I never thought I'd be here.
See, look how far you've gone because of that. It's those crap gigs that make you appreciate the good gigs instead of laughing.
Hey, but wait, the best part is what you had to do because, the kicker is we're not supposed to talk.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk as we're doing strolling magic for these people. So you start. Tell them what you did.
No. You're hurting me.
All of a sudden, we're supposed to start the show and get their attention. Well, we're not supposed to talk anything. Did you realize you have to say something? So you begin speaking in this really high voice, and you're like, hello.
I made a character choice on the moment, and I committed.
Okay. Everyone look over to the... Oh my gosh. And anyways, the gig happened and we have the photos. So
No, we don't have photos. I don't think. Do we? We might have photos.
I have photos of us in silver.
You do?
Yes. Are you kidding me? All right, listen.
I think that was the last gig where I was just like, I am not doing these dress-up costume gigs. They called me and they're like, oh, this is what it is. It's a whole silver theme. We want everyone to be just completely silver. And I'm like, okay, it's a gig. Sure. You charge enough money. If they say yes, great. I don't care.
Oh my gosh. I have a cramp. I do. I have a cramp right now.
That was the worst one. I remember we walked out, like we're trying to kind of walk out with these purple things and kind of like, all right, how do we walk? And I'm thinking, okay, how would the Blue Man Group do this? But without trying to steal the Blue Man Group's thing, like and then as soon as I got out there, I'm like, I've got to say something to gather the crowd. And then I'm just like, all right. But I'm like, you can't talk like a normal person. You're all silver. It's like this weird character thing. It seemed like a perfect choice till it came out of my mouth.
Like you didn't have time to practice the sound, so you went with the first thing that came to your mind, and then you realized, well, I gotta keep this now.
Completely what happened. Just like we didn't think it through before that. Do you think that would have been my choice?
Oh my, I have a cramp. I really do. We're gonna have to cut this short. Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna end it there. We're gonna do a part 2 though. We'll have to have you back on.
All right, man.
All right. Hey, good chat with you.
All right.
All right. See you later. I'm gonna send you those photos.
I don't think I want to see them.